Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Broomielaw on a very dry morning. Clouds are doing the most magnificent things today, and I've had the most extraordinary experience with birds this morning. There's just been, I saw an egret flying overhead, which is quite amazing. And the clouds, as you can see, are so many different textures, and it's like the little bits of blue keep peeking out, and I look to them to see if indeed that's all going to clear, and I really don't know. In Scotland, well, anything could happen, but it's within the next 15 minutes even. What we say here is, if it's not raining, wait 15 minutes. Let's say if there's not insert word here, wait 15 minutes. It's a place of infinite possibilities here in Scotland, as represented in the weather. So very icy this morning because it's thawing out, so that ice has a wet on top of it. So there were moments that literally I was ice skating, and I kind of like consciously was like pretending like I was ice skating, because I could completely just slide across. And luckily, all those years of going to roller rinks and ice rinks as a child have have been beneficial to me. So that is cool. I had one email yesterday that had 3 wishes, so I decided just to focus on that today. And it's a very old friend of mine in the States who I've known for a while, and she is really struggling right now because 3 individuals who she deeply cares for are suffering tremendously. And so I did 4 dances actually today. I did one for her as well, and I did it for her cat who has cancer. So difficult. As I've said before, animals bring us such comfort. For her aunt, who has MS and has just been diagnosed with a very aggressive breast cancer, and so cannot go through the traditional chemotherapy route because of that. And for her grandfather, who seems to be in and out of the hospital a lot. And so I was reflecting on this morning. My dance actually starts long before I actually even get down here. I spend time in the morning just thinking about it and reflecting on it. So of course, you know me, I start looking up words. I'm like, what does it mean? And I was thinking about it this morning, and I was sitting there, and I was really feeling my friend's pain in relation to these 3 spirits who are so much a part of her life. And it is so difficult to witness someone we love suffer. It's so difficult, because we feel completely powerless. And there is also that, and in this instance, that very vital reminder how short life is as well. So there's a sense of loss already that seems to pervade our experience, and so it's very difficult. It's extremely difficult. So I'm sitting in that vibe this morning, and lo and behold, from inside my bedroom, I have my curtains closed and everything, so I can't see outside. So when I talk about things, it's a lot of what I hear. I can hear a lot going on outside, and this bird just started to shout out my window, and it was like having a good old, song or whatever. It was just making a lot of rattle. And I just laughed, and I thought, well, the birds, they sing for us, don't they? And how much, can you imagine the word without birdsong, really, or without birds? Just remove them from the equation. I can't even imagine that. that brought me back to my friend and to her family members who are suffering. There's nothing that we can do in terms of to take away that suffering. Okay, you know, maybe we can, if we're a doctor, we can provide drugs or whatnot, but ultimately it is that person who is living that experience. I'm reminded, just over a month ago, I had the worst menstrual cramps I've ever experienced in my life. I don't normally get any, and I was just coming off of the flu, and it was really cold, and for whatever reason, and I was like almost paralyzed with pain for just 2 hours. And I try and avoid using any sort of drugs. I try and ride it out normally because I don't want to do that unless it's absolutely necessary. That's like a last resort for me. And I was taking a bath, and I was hot water bottle, and I was like doing all the stuff. It was like I could hardly move, like, and it was like I would move, and I would be in like the silliest position, and it would just relieve just for 1 second, and I was like, oh, that's good. But it was like nothing. It was like me being in the weirdest position whatsoever. I was like, oh, that's good. So finally, I found myself lying on my floor. Face down on the floor like this, my arms spread out like this, and my legs, and my one leg was kind of like was bent in this really funny way, and I was like, and that was the position that alleviated that. It kind of made it just okay. It wasn't even like, that was great, that was awesome. And I think it's this thing of you know, we've all had those experiences, be it momentarily or over longer term, or witness things. And the thing about suffering is that it brings us absolutely into the present, and it makes us appreciate so much the simplicity of being alive. Absolutely. And it's a shame, really, that we have to get to that point to experience that or to recognize that. When I was in Peru for my 30th birthday, and I was doing the Inca Trail, and I was learning a lot about Inca teachings. I was traveling around with this Inca priest, Wilaru, and we did the Inca Trail in a very measured way, and parts of it are very difficult, and it's meant to make you absolutely present. And it's interesting because, like, the time I got to the top there, and I felt like I was flying, but as per normal, like, God bless my American people style, there were these Americans there who were like, I surmounted that mountain in 22 seconds, and they totally missed it. They missed everything. They missed every single thing going up that trail. So I think in my very roundabout kind of goofy way, I guess for anyone who is witnessing someone they love or care about suffer, we cannot suffer for them. And it's that whole Buddhist thing about adding to their suffering. But we can be that bird song, we can be that bit of beauty, and how precious that is, and how much joy that brings to that person. And I did dance for her cat and her aunt and her grandfather, and I sent them a lot of healing and joyful and energy and strength and comfort. And that's about all we can do, but that's so good, actually. That's so good, you know. And it comes down to that thing about value. And again, we only associate that with money nowadays and things. When actually, if you look at, you think about valor or valiant, there's something about courage, which is about the heart in there. And I think that's worth remembering. So I send my friend, and in her struggle, I send her lots of love, and to anyone who is experiencing that, I really I wish you peace, within the context of your journey. And yeah, so that's that. Anyway, have a good day. I'll be back here tomorrow, and gonna ice skate home now. Woohoo! Bye.